And, what's going on? Come on, man, concentrate.
They're doing great.
Yeah,
Daddy.
He's got absolutely no rhythm, and he's ruining the routine.
I was kind of going like,
yeah, I forgot.
I think that could flow through.
It is a film about two couples and their kids that meet on holiday in Italy. And they get on really well, and one couple is a family of professionals that live in London. They're from America. The other couple are also, well, one of them is a professional, he's a doctor, and they live on a farm in the West Country. They're very opposite or apposite styles of life. One very rural, in touch with nature, and one very urban and very modern in its, you'd recognise it as very modern in its functionality and its dysfunctionality.
Yeah, but do you have helmets?
I'll be really, really safe. Look, I get it.
Just loosen up. Bend your legs. There we are.
Oh. Okay, look, we've both had a lot to drink, so...
I don't care. I want to leave now.
Okay, just let me get some coffee in me and then we'll go.
It's a horror movie that plays with the horror of social awkwardness and sort of the everyday, and places it on the same plane as more traditional horror where your body is at risk.
Thank you so much for helping with the cooking.
You're welcome. Come.
Cheers.
Right. Okay.
He's lost all of his confidence. He's sort of searching and trying to find himself again, and he comes across Patty, who is everything that Ben wants to be. He wants to be confident. He wants, you know, he wants to be able to hunt. He wants to be able to fish. He wants to be able to take his life back and get his confidence back and his you know, self-security. And Patty is one who's sort of opened up this door to say, look, I can show you, you know, look at me. It's very, very infectious. And Ben looks at it as sort of the answer to his sickness. You know, is that if I could be more like Patty, my whole life would be better.
Action. Got no jokes. Punchline.
Maybe you said Japanese.
Look, sometimes when I meet new people, I get a bit self-conscious.
He just wants to make a good impression.
Yeah.
Kira is Patty's wife, and when we first meet her, she's very warm and unthreatening, and I think she just comes across as a very lovely young woman and a caring mother and loving wife. I think she's a great balance to Patty's eccentricity and kind of boisterousness, and I think that's really important for getting Louise and Ben intrigued by them and kind of being willing to hang out with them. I don't want to give too much away, but she definitely has more going on.
Patty, they're just kids.
Listen, as my dad used to say, if you don't concentrate in life, you amount to nothing.
Set. And action. Whether you call this a horror film, a horror thriller, or a psychological thriller with horror elements or whatever, for me, what makes that sort of film very interesting is the relatability of the concept and the relatability of the situation and the truth in the characterization. And actually, really, I think what's interesting about this is if there's a sort of dark corridor that the characters are walking down in this film, it's the dark corridor of psychology of the characters they're interacting with and the scares of that. And for me, that's much more interesting. So they're going to drive,
I've cut for a second.
do a hard turn, yeah, and then get out of the car, they're going to swap, and then he'll drive out again. Okay.
Get in position. Do a little bit of acting.
Mackenzie Davis is just like amazing in this, and I don't think you've seen her play a character like this before, with so disempowered at times, but really struggling and fighting against that, and really like pushing against the cage of that the whole time. And she's just so true. I love working with her.
102, take 3 off the mark.
James McAvoy plays Paddy Field, and he is this really charismatic, really bombastic, really sort of loud, gregarious man that we meet on vacation who kind of inhabits all of the freedom and like vitality and that zest for life that Louise and Ben are really missing in their relationship and their approach to life. And he's very free, and him and his wife Kira just seem so in love and spontaneous and impetuous. And yeah, we meet them on vacation, and they kind of sweep us off our feet and give us a nice little injection of you know, possibility in our marriage when we meet them. And then we decide to do the thing you should never do, which is hang out with vacation friends after the vacation.
All right, thanks folks, we'll cut there.
One more time.
She doesn't want to.
One more time.
I think the silence in the film is sort of a metaphor to the theme of the film. Someone's tongue being cut out is essentially, it feels like it's related to the things that we don't say in life and the things that we should say in life. Politeness, when somebody's out of line, we want to be polite and handle it the right way, and so we silence ourselves.
In this story, you have two couples who meet on holiday. You have Ben and Louise, an American couple who are experiencing some marital discord and some issues and are feeling quite disconnected. And they meet Paddy and Kira, who at first meeting seem to be the antithesis. You know, they seem very full of life and passion and sexy, and they basically invite them over for a weekend in the countryside in England, and very quickly you realize that it was probably a mistake for Ben and Louise to go.
It was important to have Paddy to be as sort of seductive as he is scary, so that we talked about red lights and green lights, or hot and cold, so that you know, there's a lot of sort of almost truth in some of the stuff he says, like there are with these demagogues. They get a little bit of truth and then they sprinkle it with a lot of bullshit. And you know, Paddy has that. So, you know, when he takes them to the farm is beautiful. He takes them on these amazing walks. He does know the countryside. He knows how to make fire. He knows how to forage and do stuff, and, you know, and shows them cool stuff. So, you know, and he is fun, and he's got this quirky sense of humor. And as Americans, they're looking at them going, okay, is this guy saying the unsayable, or is he just being a sort of cheeky Brit?
No, sometimes when I meet new people, I'll get a little bit self-conscious, you know?
I just wanted to make a good impression.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, this film is a mindfuck. I'm hoping it's like a 9.5. But you also, the good thing about this film is that you see it all coming. There's nothing going to happen, I don't think, that you don't see coming. But that's why it's terrifying. Because this couple should see it coming, and they don't, they keep going. And that's one of the great things about, if there is a horror element to this film, is that thing of like, don't go down the dark corridor. The minute they meet us, we are their dark corridor, and they can't stop going down it.
Yeah, of course. You know, we had a really great time.
Well, I hope so. I know we can both be...
A bit much.
Aisling Franciosi, she's found so many layers of humanity and like a very manipulative performance of weakness at times that is so interesting.
Oh my God. Look at their faces.
We should have taken a picture.
Of course I'm a bloody doctor.
You guys have been
Just a
breath of fresh air. Oh, well, that is very sweet of you to say.